the See Jane Go TV podcast, episode 6. It's Jane.
And it's JV.
And we are back. And we had quite a week.
Yeah, we have a lot to cover.
Yeah,
this
the
week.
podcast is a little late this week.
Yeah, sorry guys. We have a pretty good reason.
Sorry, not sorry.
We should have kept going. You should have done it in the car. At the hospital. I guess we could have done. No,
we couldn't have done it in the hospital. We were ready to rip our hair out. Yeah, it was an eventful week.
So we got a lot to cover. We're going to start from the beginning.
Let's start from the baby shower, because last week we did say that we were going to talk about that.
Right. We probably could just vlog these. And we did vlog these events. The
baby
we
shower,
did. The hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, so watch our vlogs because they get no love. So watch our vlogs.
Our vlogs get no love. And they're like so nice.
Yeah,
I love them.
Short.
You do a really good job with the editing.
Yeah, nice and cinematic.
And I think I do a really good job starring in them.
Yeah, because I can't get those cinematic shots and hold the camera.
Yeah.
So until Patreon picks up, we can hire a video guy.
Yeah. Okay, so the shower. So that was Sunday, April 22nd. And it was incredible.
Yeah, I was not expecting that many people.
Yeah. In the end, we really talked about it and we thought about it, and we think there was probably 70 people here.
Yeah, 70, maybe more. Because I remember when you were
throughout the evening.
Yeah, like in and out traffic. I remember when you were writing up the invitations and sending them out. You were sending so many.
Well, not so many. It wasn't that there were so many. It was that I would send one to somebody and I would say like, you know, you don't have to come alone. Like you can bring your family.
Right.
I just didn't know that everybody would.
Yeah.
Hi, BMO. BMO has appeared, guys. Jeez. That's every podcast. But yeah, I'm not sad that many people came.
No, at the time, like I don't do well in crowds.
No,
anymore
you were extremely overwhelmed.
Yeah, because I don't know. I've been working from home. I'm not used to it anymore.
I would say that the first 15 minutes of the major crowd, you were just following me from room to room.
Because like one of my nightmares is stop and chats, right? Like, stop and chat is like when you haven't seen someone in like 5 years or maybe more, and you're like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Good. What are you doing? Oh, I'm doing this. What are you doing? Okay. Well, see you later.
So and I was pretty much like yelling at you. I'm like, go turn on the barbecue.
There was like on the way anywhere I went, there was like 5 or 6 stop and chats every single time. And
I think you pretty much wanted me to walk you to the barbecue, but I wasn't getting that, you know?
Yeah, because I wanted you to escort me out there so I didn't have to have these awkward conversations.
So that I could take over the conversations.
But it was actually really nice seeing all those people. Like, at first it was overwhelming, but then when I like kind of got a chance to relax, we had our friend Jason took over the grill, so he helped out. That was
shout outs to Jason.
Yeah, shout outs to Jason. He helped out a lot. So when I got the chance to calm down and like actually talk to people, it was really, really cool.
Yeah, it was a really nice experience. And you know, I'm really happy that we got to actually have a baby shower, because it just like originally I was planning to have it in May, because I thought like maybe the weather will be bad, and I wanted my friend Paula to be in Toronto, like, 'cause she lives in the Netherlands, and I'm really glad that we didn't wait.
Yeah, because Jane was due May 24th.
Yeah,
so we thought we had a bunch of time.
We really did.
So baby shower, we covered it.
Yeah.
Actually, we didn't do the presents, like opening up presents.
No, we had to open them later.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't feeling well when we were opening them, so it took like 5 hours because we had to write down the presents so we can send like a proper thank you card.
Because I've been to baby showers and birthdays
they sit in
where
a
they
circle and open the presents. I didn't want that. We got like
$500
worth of food, and we just went to town.
Yeah, we went to $500 worth of food at Costco.
Yeah, so you know that's hefty, right?
Yeah, the whole
it's Costco.
Day. And then we got hot dogs, and we got ground beef. I made burger patties.
And then I ordered pizza because I felt like there wasn't enough
Jane
food.
Ordered pizza. I made chicken, and like
man,
it was a lot of food. There was more. There was like hummus.
Yeah, there was all kinds of chips.
Fruit platters, chips, everything. There was so much.
Nachos.
And you made,
guac,
Peter made cucumber
my quinoa
sandwiches.
salad. Yeah.
Yeah, you made quinoa salad.
Me and Peter made the sandwiches together. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was.
Oh, we made those croissant sandwiches.
Yeah,
too. Man,
those sandwiches.
So sandwiches.
Yeah, they were so good.
Yeah, there was lots of food. So it was kind of like a barbecue style baby shower. If you saw the vlog, go watch it. It
was like it reminded me like old school Scarborough style, like where we grew up, like those big kind of barbecues that all your friends and family come to, and you're like chilling out with all your friends.
Yeah, it was like a family barbecue style.
Yeah. Like it was. I mean, like this is kind of a weird thought, but I was like, man, like this is what we should have done for the wedding and just got married in the backyard.
Yeah, yeah.
Just had like that amount of people and got married in the backyard.
That would have been great, and have it catered up for like.
Yeah, like
or maybe
just like what we did was epic.
Yeah, but I'd want someone else to cook. I wouldn't want it to be
Jason. No, I would want Jason to have a good time. So I mean, we could, I don't know, just like and then have more liquor, obviously, for like people that want to drink.
But for the guests.
Yeah.
But, that was great. That was a really good experience. I got to see like a lot of because Jane's a teacher and she still is in contact with a lot of our high school teachers. So a bunch of them came and I got to talk to them.
It was really special to have them, like Mr. and Mrs. Ainsworth, Mr. DeMonte, Mr. Cerrone, like all the crew, it was really nice.
Cool. And I got to see a bunch of people that Jane works with. Oh, and a bunch of our students came.
Yeah, they're graduates. They graduated, they're in their 20s now, but like we kept in contact.
They were asking advice on how to like start YouTube and what to do
they
after.
They were hanging
after
on
university.
Your words. Like it was beautiful.
Like I thought that part was really cool. They brought me to the basement. And I showed them
hormones.
my
It was really special.
I showed them my office and our live stream setup and everything. And they were just asking questions on like advice on what to do after college and should I pursue my like entrepreneurship? Should I try and find a job? And there's just like asking me all these cool questions, and it's kind of something I want to do maybe like a bit later on, like do kind of like speak at places. Because I went to your school how many years ago? 3.
Well, those guys were still there. They were in grade 12, so that would have been like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, so Jane brought me there to speak on how to
talk to those boys.
Talk to them about how to become an electrician and get involved in a trade. And I felt really cool. Like it felt right. And then when they were asking me, there was like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
And it felt really cool to help them out and give them advice. So
like G was really listening to you. Like he's like went home gung ho inspired. Like it was cool, man.
Yeah, it was awesome. What was the other guy's name?
Which Giorgio, G, Connor,
the guy
and
that
Jeremy.
Works out now.
Jer,
yeah. He was cool too.
Jer Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that was my highlight. But yeah, the whole night was really nice. Really cool. Whole day.
And I'm so glad, like those guys. And there was one kid missing, Michael. He couldn't come. But they were the boys who called me mom first. Like when I was their track coach, I was their teacher. But to them, I was mom. And then I thought it was like important for the boys who called me mom before I was a mom to see me become a mom.
Right, and they came. That's super cool that they came.
It was amazing. Yeah. It was so nice to have them. Like just really special. Like my first group of kids I took through grade 9 to 12, Yeah. And because they never used to stay at schools long enough to do that. And I stayed at the school that I'm at with these kids. And I mean, it's funny. And I understand what I mean to them because I know what the teachers who came mean to me. And man, like we were like, think that's when we were in high school and that's what they still mean to me like this much time later, It was nice. It was
cool, nice. And I managed to get some shots like in the vlog. Like
it's a short vlog.
I was stressing because I was trying to get good shots and there's so many people. And
shout outs to Logan, PETA's daughter, who's a star of the vlog.
Yeah, exactly.
She's so beautiful, man.
Yeah. So, okay.
She gave me a little bit of practice. I didn't know I needed it so soon, but she did.
Like the next week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Charlotte, if you want to know, if you're watching the video version and you're listening, Charlotte's just taking a nap right now.
Yeah.
BMO's here, standing guard, ready to go.
Yeah. BMO, she's terrified of Charlotte right now. So, pretty much whenever Charlotte cries, BMO goes running and hides. I'm hoping that eventually they get along. But, sibling rivalry. It can happen.
Beeman will take a few weeks to get used to her.
Yeah.
She's already starting to, if Jane and Charlotte are on the bed together.
She doesn't get on the bed.
But now she'll get on the foot of the bed.
Yeah. Oh, she sat on my feet. Oh, we got to talk about what happened in the hospital and then so I can talk about when I scared Beeman.
Moving on to the, before.
So
we saw a movie.
Yeah. So
this is going to be our talk about the movie and I'm going to put this as a review as well.
Okay.
Like the video version.
Okay.
Like just,
Yeah.
All right. So, as you guys know, Infinity War came out. We're a little late, but still.
So we saw it on Friday.
We saw it the day out. The
27th.
27th. So
April
I don't
27th.
know. What's it called? International release date was what, the 24th or something?
I think so, but for us it was the 27th when it came out.
Yeah. So we went and we booked tickets for 10 a.m.
No, right? 11:30.
11:30. Okay. Whoa, so far off.
Yeah. Okay.
11:30 a.m. So I was super excited. I was looking forward to it all week.
Yeah.
And we finally got tickets, and then we got tickets and we went and saw it. Man.
So in the theater, I just I gotta say, like the parts that I remember are so good, but there's so many parts that I had to close my eyes because I wasn't feeling well. And I don't know what happened, and I'm like trying to recall. And
we're gonna see it again. Definitely gonna see it again.
We have to see it again,
but,
separately, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot. Well, my mom could watch Charlotte.
Those days are done.
Yeah.
The movie's like 3 hours. She'll need me.
So this is gonna be spoilers. It's gonna be a bunch of spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, or if you care.
You probably don't care.
Skip ahead a little bit. We're gonna spoil some of it right now. Spoiler warning involved. So as you saw in the trailer, Jane was pretty upset because she thought Vision was gonna die, aka Jarvis.
I can't even. Don't. I do remember this part.
He was being hunted the whole movie. Like
I knew it in my soul. I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen.
What they had to do with a couple of characters, I'm gonna get a little bit like analyzing. They have to nerf a bunch of characters, right? They have to nerf Vision because he's way too powerful.
Yeah.
They have to nerf Hulk and Thor. They have to try and kind of nerf those guys because if they were like fully powered, they would kind of wreck everybody. So right away, Vision had to get stabbed right through the back.
Yeah.
And then somehow this scepter the spear that the guy used inhibited his phasing and his healing factor. He said that he's like, I can't heal and I can't phase. So they had to nerf him, right? Because if he was full power, he would destroy everybody.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, he was being hunted. Scarlet Witch is like super powerful.
Yeah.
Like she was using her powers to like kind of fly.
I know.
Man, it was really cool. Really well done.
The Olsen sister.
Yeah, you can really see it now.
I know. When we were watching the movie, I'm like, holy crap, that's Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Yeah. So he was being hunted, and finally, what's it called?
Thanos.
Scarlet Witch had to make a decision.
Oh, that was so hard.
I know, it was so bad.
I thought about it like if I could make that decision for you, and
I would want you to. I'd be like, do it. Like this isn't just so like
hard. Like I think I would do it because just like her, she knew she had to. Mm-hmm. But he had already got Doctor Strange's stone.
I know, but like here's the thing, like with those choices, it's not even like the world is at fate. It's not like, oh, there's billions of people. There's like the number isn't even, I don't even know how to explain it. Like half the population of the whole universe.
Yeah.
It's insane how many people that would be. So like, yes.
So it's like if she didn't do it and he got the stone, it would happen anyway. Right? You know what I mean? Like half the like no matter what, Vision was going to end up dead.
Well,
or
like
50-50 shot.
Yeah, he was too hurt. I guess if he wasn't that hurt, he could just fly away.
Yeah.
Because Thanos can't fly, but he had the glove, so he might be able to do something to get him down.
Yeah.
But, so she kills him, and then Thanos just reverses time and then kills him again.
It was like I can't believe I had to live through that twice.
Yeah.
Like it was hard enough the first time watching Scarlet Witch do it. It like broke my soul when I watched her kill him, like her love, and then he reversed time and kills him again. It was like, haven't I been through enough?
I know. Rips it out of his head, rips the stone. You can see like the insides of his stuff, but I'm pretty sure he'll be back because Shuri, is that her name?
The witch? Scarlet Witch?
No. Black Panther's sister.
Oh, yes.
She was working on him, right?
Yeah.
So she has all his programming in the computer.
She was trying,
So she'll be able to fix him, I think.
I don't know.
I think later on she'll be able to. Because that...
I thought it was so sweet how many people went back to our reaction when I had my breakdown about Vision, and they were like, I'm so sorry, Jane. Like,
they went back to the video.
Yeah, they went back in all the comments. They're like, you must be broken.
Good thing we saw it, because they would have spoiled it. Oh, man. So, another part that was... That made us cry in the theater.
Yeah.
The other part that made me cry... Actually... I don't know if this hit Jane as much because she didn't see Spider-Man Homecoming.
No, I didn't see it.
But universally, this part was like the most emotional part in the theater.
Peter Parker and Tony Stark.
And Peter Parker.
It was like I hadn't seen the movie, but it still hurt me. So I was like, man, I wish that I could be emotionally charged up enough to like experience this moment. But because I hadn't watched, like you went with Jason to watch Spider-Man, so I didn't get to see it because I don't have friends that like these kind of movies stuff. You know.
So man, that part when he was begging for his life and he was like scared. He's like Tony, like what's happening? Like I don't feel so good. He's like I don't want to die. He's like begging, and then Tony like was holding on to him and like put him down, and they had that like father son type moment.
And you know, like away. Peter doesn't have a dad.
Yeah, he doesn't have a dad. Oh man, it was so sad, and I cried like a lot during. I didn't like bawl. It's just like tears were coming down. Yeah. Because it hit me a lot. And now another part that hit me too was the Groot part, the Groot and Rocket. Yeah. Yeah, because Rocket's really connected to Groot. Yeah. To see him go. Yeah, that was. It was difficult. Emotional. Groot as a teenager, super funny, just as a side note. Yeah, he was funny. Yeah. Watch the language. The whole movie was funny. It was like they always I can't believe how much I was laughing. Yeah. I forget his name. I know, everyone forgets his name. I know who you're talking about. The Guardians of the Galaxy. The wrestler. Yeah, the Drax. Say it again? Drax, that's right. The Destroyer. He's hilarious. He's so funny. When he was staying still, he's like, you can't see me. You can't see me. He's like, I've mastered it. I can see you. Then she walks in. Hi, Drax. Damn it. You're eating a nut. I'm moving so slowly. It's what does he say? Yeah, I can't remember. Imperceptible or something. Yeah, to the human eye. Something like that. Yeah. He's always so funny. The Gamora part hurt me too. Oh yeah. Like it was like she thought she had won. Because she thought that Thanos never loved her, and then it was like he couldn't sacrifice her because he didn't give a crap about her, and then it turned out in the last second that he did. And you see these tears coming down. Yeah, like, and then he throws her over. Oh no! When I saw that tear, I was like, I saw it coming too. Because Gamora was too cocky, like, yeah, you're screwed. And I was like, oh no, Gamora, get out of there or jump off, you know, like because it was like. He never did anything to Gamora, you know what I mean? Like he just made her fight and stuff, but he didn't take away parts of her body like he did to her sister. Right. So it's like you knew Thanos felt like something different towards her. Yeah, and he said something to the sister like I should have used you for parts. Like he really didn't love the other sister. Yeah. But he loved Gamora. Yeah. And then he was dragging her with it. Man, that was hard. And then he threw her over the edge. That was really hard. That was rough. Man, Easter egg there. Red Skull was in it. You mean a chicken nugget? Yes, a chicken nugget. Chicken nugget. Oh my God, Jane accidentally called it a chicken nugget, an Easter egg. She's like, yeah. I was like, what do you call those again? Chicken nuggets? And then everyone in the comment section, it blew up. Everyone was going off. They're like, I'm calling it a chicken nugget from now on. So yeah, Red Skull is in it, which is pretty cool. He was on the first Captain America movie. He kind of disappeared, and then this is where he was the whole time. That was pretty awesome. Yeah. What else was cool? It was cool that Hulk kept trying, like Bruce Banner kept trying to get Hulk out, and he's like, no. Yeah. And then he goes back, and he's like, no. What do you mean, no? Yeah. That was funny. Yeah, but you're right. They had to nerf him because they couldn't. Like he's just so powerful. Yeah, but this version, the Marvel movie of the Hulk isn't like the comics. Obviously not, because it would just be the Hulk show, right? He would just kill everyone all the time. So they had to scale his power back, because usually the madder he gets, the stronger he gets. But we haven't seen that Hulk in these movies, right? We've seen him he got beat by the Hulkbuster armor. He got beat by Thor. He got beat by Thanos. How funny was it that Bruce was in the Hulkbuster suit? Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was cool. Everyone thought that he was going to break out of that thing as the Hulk.
Even I thought.
He even said it. He's like, all right, this is it. It's time to break out of this thing as the Hulk. And he just wouldn't do it.
Didn't happen.
Oh, man. And then Hulk got his ass whooped at the beginning by Thanos.
Yeah.
So fast. Because they had to establish how powerful Thanos was.
Okay, I got to say, Thanos looked incredible.
Amazing CG.
That CG was like, those guys did work.
They did really good on the motion capture because it's such a unique, weird looking character. Like, it's purple. He's purple.
Yes.
He's got like these weird ridges on his chin, and he's all super jacked. But they made his facial expressions and the crying really well done.
It was incredible. Man. It didn't take me away from the film at all.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't take me out at all. What did you think of the villains, the other four?
The other four.
So Thanos had like a crew of Avengers of his own.
Yes.
They were pretty cool.
Yeah.
I liked the Doctor Strange guy.
Yeah.
But I kind of thought Doctor Strange should have beaten him easier because
I thought Doctor Strange, like, I haven't seen Doctor Strange yet, the actual movie, but I do like who plays Doctor Strange. Like, I think he's really well cast.
Yeah, perfectly cast.
Yeah.
But what's it called? Doctor Strange is supposed to be one of the most powerful beings in the universe, and he kind of got his butt kicked by a telepath, which is kind of weird, but
yeah.
I loved his cape. His cape was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that was cool when it went off to fight on its own. Yeah. Loki's death was really sad.
Oh yeah, Loki.
That was a real death, I think. I don't think Loki will be back.
I think so too. He said no resurrections here.
Yeah.
Cracked his neck.
Ooh.
Really killed him. Idris Elba died, got stabbed through the heart. You didn't know that was him.
I didn't know it was him, no.
From The Office.
Yeah.
And The Wire.
Charles
Minor.
That's it.
Yeah.
But if someone changes their hairstyle or puts in contacts, then I don't recognize them.
Yeah, automatically.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Like, could be anyone.
Yeah. So what did you think of the ending when Thor came in and just like pretty much won everything? Like, there was a big war going on. Everyone's struggling and they were kind of getting beaten. Thor comes in and he just wrecks everyone, destroys everyone, throws his axe through Thanos' chest.
How great was it? Was it Groot that gave the wood for the for his
handle? Yeah, that was awesome. I thought it would be Groot as the handle.
Yeah,
but then I get it.
That was awesome.
That was a nice moment. But me and my brother were talking about this. Like, Thor just beat everyone at the end. Like, it was kind of.
It was like they needed to wrap it up.
Yeah, but I think what they kind of did too was they do the usual superheroes are gonna win at the end, and then when you think he's gonna win, he threw the thing through Thanos' chest. Yeah. And then it's like, oh yes, they win, and then the snap. Yep. That snap in the theater. Oops. What happened? Everyone's like, yeah. Oh my gosh, like that moment. And then Thor was like, "What did you do?" Yeah. Oh, that was such a cool moment. And then when all silent, and you just hear everyone's like gasp. Man, that was a good moment. And then who was the first to go? I think it was Winter Soldier was the first to disappear.
Yes, it was Bucky.
Yeah.
That was sad. I wanted more from Bucky.
Me too.
I expected more from Bucky.
Me too. I don't know. That war scene, I wasn't too happy with the fighting in the war. Like Captain America, I didn't really get to see because they're fighting these like.
Well, it's hard, right? Yeah, but I mean, it's difficult because there's so many things happening. There's so many people in the movie. Like, it's a big budget movie. Yeah. Like, how much can they show? Like, how much can they focus on does every person get a moment?
Exactly. Then it would be too long, right?
I did like one moment, when they went to Wakanda and the battle was happening and it was like T'Challa took like full control. Like, he was the clear leader and I was like, this is epic.
That was good. I like that moment too. He was like the general.
Even though he's like pretty much new to the Avengers. I don't even know if he's technically an Avenger, right?
No, I don't think so.
But he just led and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. And all his
if they come at us from behind, then they'll get us. Open the wall.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that part. We had to open it a bit.
Ooh,
Oh, that was sick.
Boy,
there's a few like little parts that I loved in that war scene when there were Hawkeye was flying overhead and War Machine. You would see like a purple explosion in the war. And that's Black Panther's kinetic energy. You know when he releases it?
Yeah.
So you would, in the whole war, you just see like a burst of purple. You're like, oh, that was Black Panther releasing energy. And then there was another scene I saw I loved when they were running towards the wall of enemies.
Yeah.
And you see Captain America and Black Panther out way in front because they're so much faster. Oh, that was sick.
That was cool.
That was a cool moment. I like that. That little stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like.
It was like well thought out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good movie.
It's a really good movie. It's not perfect, but like so much stuff is going on. Nothing like this has ever been attempted. Like this is like historic.
10 years in the making.
Yeah, a super historic event. So many high level actors in one movie. It's crazy.
That was good.
Mm-hmm. So do you think they're gonna be back? These characters?
I think that they're all coming back, except for like the ones like I don't think Vision is coming back.
No.
Jarvis. I'll miss you, R.I.P. And I don't think that Loki's coming back.
No.
I mean, it's possible for Vision because of what was like being uploaded. Remember, she was trying so hard to like get it, but there wasn't enough time. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it was enough.
Yeah, I guess what they kind of do is leave those optional. Like
did you know? Yeah. Did you notice at the end who was left?
Man. Okay, so Captain America's alive. I think all the
original Avengers.
Yeah, all the original Avengers are alive. And who else? Doctor Strange is gone.
Yeah.
Star-Lord, I think, is alive still. Man, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't.
It's been
to be honest, yeah. I mean, it's been a week.
Yeah, Iron Man's alive.
Actually, it's been more than a week since we saw it.
Yeah, it's been more than a week.
Yeah.
But
I know the big ones like Scarlett Johansson, Captain America, Tony Stark, Hulk, and one more.
Say Thor already?
Thor. Yeah, those five are left, and those five are like pretty much the originals, right?
Yeah, War Machine's still alive too.
Yeah.
Hawkeye, not Hawkeye. I keep saying Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Where was Hawkeye?
Falcon's gone. Hawkeye is with his family. They said in the beginning when the Sokovia Accords happened in the third movie, Civil War.
Oh, okay.
He couldn't risk like screwing it up, so he's just with his family, and he's just like, I'm not.
So he'll probably be used in the next movie
for sure. And Ant-Man and Wasp will come to the next movie as well.
I didn't expect the end to be the end.
No, I didn't. I'm really happy they did that though.
Me too.
They didn't play it safe. They didn't just win at the end.
No.
They left this huge cliffhanger, which I love. Like, I hate. It's not like at the moment. It's like, but like when has this happened?
Never.
Since,
and
like,
it left
Empire
me
Strikes
wanting
Back.
more.
Exactly. Since Star Wars, like in the 70s, this hasn't happened.
Yeah. It was brilliant.
Really good.
What do we have to wait? Like 2 years?
I think 2009. Maybe next year.
Next year.
Dang
it, she'll
quick.
still be so young.
Guys, let us know. When does it come out? Next year or the year after? For sure, Spider-Man's coming back because they're working on part 2
and
of
Black
Homecoming
Panther will
is
be
greenlit,
back.
And Black Panther. So it's kind of like,
we
obviously they're coming back. And then Gamora in an interview said, someone interviewed her and she's like, yeah, all the Guardians are gonna come back and start shooting for the next movie in a couple weeks.
So she's coming back. She's spoiled.
I know, she spoiled it. They got that little bit. Like,
Come
what?
on.
Or is she gonna be back in the Soul world? That Soul Gem world.
Yeah.
Remember, when he snapped, it went to this orange place, and she was there. So
we'll see what happens.
What would you give it out of 10?
Out of 10, I need to see it again, so I'll go 9. What about you?
I think I'm in between a 9 and a 9.5.
Yeah. I think I'm a 9 because I missed some parts because I had to close my eyes.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about what the movie did to me?
Yeah. Okay, so we gave it a good rating. Go see it if you haven't seen it. We spoiled it, but
I mean,
go see it again.
Should have seen it already.
Really good movie. Go watch it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about what happened after the movie. So during the movie, I was feeling kind of sick. Did I tell you during the movie that I felt like I was like my heart was working too hard? Did I say that to you?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And even like the day before that and the day before that, you weren't feeling well.
No, I could barely sleep.
In your stomach.
Yeah, I remember, and I was like, I couldn't stop crying at night, and I was just having a hard time, and then I couldn't sleep, so I wouldn't let you sleep. A good wife over here, but I just you tried everything. You tried rubbing my back. You tried we went to the doctor for you, and then my doctor on Thursday, like before the movie, and my doctor saw me, and she was like, Jane, come in, I'm gonna do the blood pressure machine on you. So she did that, and my blood pressure was like really high, and she said, if you're not feeling well tomorrow, you need to go to triage at the hospital. So after the movie, we were close to the hospital.
So excited.
Yeah, you were all hyped, and I was like, I think I was still like a bit weepy, right? Because I wasn't feeling well. So we went to triage, and then I told them, like, we just went right to the desk in labor and delivery, and I said, yeah, I'm not feeling well. My blood pressure was high yesterday. I said, when I close my eyes, or sometimes while they're open, I can see sparkles.
This is after they sat us down.
Yeah. And no, this is when I was telling them what was wrong, like before they put me in the bed.
Oh.
Because you weren't there. You went to park.
Park
yeah, so I told them, like, I can see sparkles, and I feel like my heart is working really hard, like it might stop. And then there was like some other people there waiting, and then they just walked me straight to a bed right away, and they said, get in here. And I was like, well, my husband's not here. He went to park. And they're like, when he comes, we'll get him to you. And I said, okay. And then they started the blood pressure machine on me, and my blood pressure was way up again, like higher than the day before.
Was it when?
It was like, God, what was it? Like 176 over 101 or something like that. Like really scary. And they said JV came in, and then they said the doctor came in, and they're like, you're probably not going to leave.
Well, not yet. They said the first they were like, we got to run some tests. Just sit
they
here.
they took blood and stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna take some blood. We're gonna let you know. But probably if anything, we'll give you some blood pressure pills. But we're gonna check your blood. And they kept like kind of leaving and coming back. I mean, like, okay, well, it's a little bit more serious than we thought.
Yeah.
But just sit tight.
Every time they came back, they looked more worried.
Yeah, and then the next time they came back, like, yeah, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, what? What do you mean? Like, overnight or something?
Yeah, like I thought that they were going to observe me overnight.
I was like, there's no way we're staying. Like, there's no way we're delivering the baby. Like, that's not... We have so much time. Yeah,
because we were 36 weeks and 1 day at that point, right? And then... so they brought me into the labor and delivery, and then I was 1-to-1 with a nurse. Like, that's how serious it was. Like, for 24 hours a day, 1-to-1 with a nurse. So they couldn't leave me alone, because they were giving me magnesium sulfate or something, right? Because in a IV, because I actually was high risk for a seizure or stroke. Yeah. They said I was really lucky that it didn't happen.
So we came from the movies, and then we have nothing packed. Actually, before we left, we have these like...
I said, just in case, let's grab our backpacks. They weren't fully loaded or anything. I was like, just throw a hoodie in, like, just in case we have to stay for a while.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden they're walking us into like...
Well, they rolled me. I didn't leave the bed. The last time I stood was in triage, telling them what was wrong, and that was on Friday.
Yeah. So they rolled us into the bed. It rolled us into this room, this private room.
Yeah.
And then there was a nurse watching you, and then they started hooking you up to IVs, and I was just like, I'm sitting there like, this is they're like, it's happening.
Yeah.
You're gonna have the baby either today or tomorrow.
Yeah, they said they were gonna induce me, and then
this is all in the span of like 2 hours.
Yeah, and then do you remember the anesthesiologist came in, and they said, listen, your platelets are dropping and they're low. Do you know what that means? And I said, no. And your platelets are what make your blood clot. So pretty much I was losing the ability to clot my blood. So pretty much if I were to like be cut or something, then I would bleed out. Yeah. So they said, we need to put in the epidural now or you can't have it.
Which is really early.
Yeah. Like usually they don't put it in until you're like well into labor, right?
Yeah, she wasn't even, no labor, no water breaking, nothing like that. She was just like high blood pressure. And then all of a sudden this like...
They said now or never. And I was like, well, if it's now or never, it's now. Right? So then
you brought all his equipment in. They rolled you over.
I couldn't even see because it was behind me, right?
Yeah, I couldn't see either.
But they purposely placed Justin in front of me, and then they put my feet on your lap, right? And they made you hold my hands and bend me over. And to be honest, like the IV hurt more than that, but I also don't know because I was pretty much in shock. Like I kind of went into shock as soon as they said what was happening.
When you said to him, a lot of people said this is it hurts a lot.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't get why people say that. Like,
yeah.
When I do it, they say that the IV hurts more than the
IV hurt way more.
So I don't know. Maybe there's.
Yeah,
maybe the other guys aren't as good as this guy.
Yeah, this guy was incredible. Shout out to this anesthesiologist. I want him for the next one.
Yeah,
because I barely felt anything. Like it was like pressure. That was it.
From my angle, it looked like he was like doing all this stuff. He was like.
He was like telling me. He's like, "This is the finger." He's like, "This is this." He's like, "Ready."
How many times did they prick you?
It felt like a lot, but it felt like it was lower than that. Like, do you know where it was?
No,
it's
like no idea.
I don't know.
Like, so there's multiple pricks.
It just it felt like it, but I don't know if he was trying to like trick me so that I couldn't focus on it, like poke me in different places. But
and when they put it in, it's like this tube, and it's like they can control it by like a drip.
Yes. So they had me on like four. Usually it's between 8 and 10 or 10 and 15 or something like that, but they had me on 4 constantly. So my legs kind of felt tingly the whole time, but not numb.
Yeah.
It just felt like heavy. Like I had been walking a lot, like I got 20,000 steps or something, But then after that, I was in the bed, and then they came in and they put something into the cervix to try to get me to dilate.
Yeah, so it's like this string thing they put in. It's like medicine on the end of it.
Yeah.
To like get you to.
Shoved it in there.
To get you to induce labor.
Yeah, but so then 24 hours went by. They checked it 12 hours. There was nothing. Then they checked it 24 hours and 0 centimeters.
So we're in this private room, and there's a nurse sitting right beside her.
Yeah.
In front of a computer, like this
watching
whole time,
watching my heart,
screen, watching the heart, watching
baby's
the
heart.
And I'm on the other side of the room, just like sitting or whatever. We're waiting and we're watching. I went home to get the laptop and batteries and clothes
like some things that I wanted, like my pillow and stuff.
Yeah, I went home, got a bunch of stuff, came back. Jane was like entertaining because the nurses switched every 12 hours.
Every 12 hours.
So the nurses friggin' loved Jane. She kept entertaining them. And I got to tell you, it was kind of like, we don't drink anymore.
No.
But it was kind of like Jane when you had like 2 drinks.
Yeah. I did have a lot of drugs going through me.
So, you were like, I don't know, you were making him laugh so much. And then
I was pretty funny.
The nurses that like didn't have us would come in to visit her.
Yeah. I was a big hit.
I don't know why. You were just like on for 6 days straight. No, not 6 days. The first 3 days.
3 days, I think I was on.
Yeah, you were really happy.
Yeah.
And, but yeah.
Well, I had unlimited popsicles.
Yeah.
I was on a liquid diet.
And you couldn't eat.
No, for 3 days I couldn't eat.
Oh my gosh! So again, after Avengers, walking into the hospital, we didn't know that she wouldn't be able to eat.
No, and I hadn't had like a last meal.
Oh my god! So before we left to go see the movie,
I had some crappy
when Jane
sandwich.
Eat, she's like really cranky and kind of like snaps at me.
Yeah.
So I'm always like,
I do.
I'm like thinking in my head, this is a 3-hour movie. I'm like, Jane, go eat something.
I opened the fridge and I didn't want anything, and I was so mad because he was making me eat. And then I had the worst sandwich ever.
So you made like a ham sandwich with mayo?
Oh, it was terrible. It was like
no cheese.
No cheese. No, like barely put any mayo. There was like no mustard, and then Beemo ate most of it. Because I was like ripping it out and giving it to her because I didn't want it, and I was so mad at you for making me eat. And then it turned out that I was like, why didn't I make that sandwich better?
Yeah. So okay, after after 24 hours of trying to induce.
Yeah. Then the next doctor decided that they would try again, like a different strip. So they pulled out, and then 12 hours went by. And I started to kind of feel stuff. Like it started to feel uncomfortable. I
got a few contractions.
Yeah, there was like one that I was talking and then I just couldn't continue talking, and I just held the side of the bed. And it wasn't that bad, but I just didn't it wasn't comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
very like spread apart contractions.
Yeah. And then the doctor checked and it was like half a centimeter. And it was like 38 hours and half a centimeter.
Mm-hmm. Did we do another 12 after that? Or?
No, it was 38 total. So it was 24 and then we did 12 and then she came in a little bit after that.
Different doctors too.
Yeah, because they switch shifts every 12 hours too. But it was Dr. Kang who came in, and then Justin was sleeping, and they woke me up and checked my blood pressure and the case. So they had taken so much blood from me that at one point they took blood and nothing was coming out because my veins were just dead. Like I have bruises all over my arms, and
How many times do you think? 6
They
times?
took blood every 6 hours the whole time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So 6 times,
and it was 3 vials each time.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it got to the point where they started to have to take it from my hands and stuff. So because they couldn't get any of the veins, and that continued. The every 6 hours continued even after she came out.
Yeah.
And
So
like whenever
like
the nurse would come to take blood, I would just start crying.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I can't. There's no more veins left. Like, please don't do this. I'm okay.
You had the epidural on your back. You had the
IV in my hand.
IV in your hand, and you had the what's it called?
The needles.
The M something for the
magnesium sulfate.
So
Yeah.
3 things are like being pumped into you.
Yeah.
And plus the strip of the inducing.
Yeah.
And then the nurses would draw blood
Yeah.
So you were like being tortured. Like
Yeah,
sitting
and
there,
then
and you couldn't move.
I couldn't go to the bathroom. I couldn't eat, so they had put in the catheter.
They put a catheter too.
Yeah, for 3 days, a catheter was in there.
So and you can't walk around.
Nope. And the bed was hard because it was a surgical bed, right? Like it was the one. It wasn't the one that's post mother and baby.
Yeah. You know what I couldn't believe? I was like, in my head, I didn't want to say it because I'm like, I like going through all this. You're still happy. Like you're still. I was freaking out, and I didn't have anything shoved in me.
Yeah.
You had like 4 things sticking out of you. And you couldn't move. You couldn't. I kept saying like, can she stand? Can she walk around? Because I felt so bad.
Yeah, and they said nope.
So like I made you like a slushy kind of thing.
That was good. That was so sweet.
Yeah. So people brought Gatorade, and then there's unlimited popsicles. So I broke 2 popsicles down in a cup. And I put Gatorade.
Because I wanted a slush so bad.
And I made like a slushy. And my friend Ryan came.
Ryan, and Peta, and Stacy.
Ryan came to see you, and then we went out to eat. We're talking about it and stuff.
Yeah.
And really
you
cool.
and Ryan went out. And then it was good that you went out because I could tell that you were on the edge, and it was like you were a little bit like bringing down the mood that I had going on. Yeah. And then I was like kind of happy when you went and took a break because I think that you were like ready to snap because pretty much nothing was happening to you.
No, and it's harder for me to hold it together because like first I'm worried about you. Yeah. I'm worried about the baby. Mm-hmm. I'm worried about BMO's at home, and then obviously...
big shout out to Bob, by the way. Bob and really Jen, our neighbors, took care of BMO for 6 days.
Yeah, that was amazing.
She made him bleed.
And I'm worried about YouTube. Like, when we're posting, I
was worried about them too, but I just started, there was a lot of time that I couldn't sleep, and I just started replying to people. They're like, where's the video? I'm like, we're in the hospital. Like I said, we'll be out in a couple days. Little did I know, 6 days.
Yeah.
But and then the messages we got back, like the responses to me saying to people where we were beautiful. They were like, "Good luck. I hope it goes okay." Like,
yeah, our fans are really great.
Yeah,
I appreciate
they're just
you guys. You guys are
people.
awesome.
But yeah,
it's surprising.
I know. Like it feels like we got so much support from them, and it's like some friends we didn't hear anything from.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Our actual friends
we heard nothing
life,
from.
Haven't heard a word.
Yeah.
But like people from all around the world are just
sending love.
Yeah. Man, our friends are awesome. We're a small channel still, and it's still really, really cool.
It is. I thought a lot about 2 people from like in our let's call it our J squad, like our group. I thought about Artemis and Ethan and how scary it must have been for them because they're so young, and they did it, and I just kept
like 19, right?
Yeah. I think Ethan just turned 20, but I was thinking like I mean, if Artemis can do it for 3 kids, like, I got to be tough.
Yeah.
You know?
But
so
you know what an awesome thing about having babies young is, like...
The recovery time.
What?
The recovery time is faster.
Recovery time's faster. And, well, this is kind of whatever, but they'll be done with it.
I
sooner.
know, yeah.
Like, they'll be able to have a life after
like
the
they
kids
might.
are gone.
I know. We're gonna be like dead.
No, we're not that.
No, we're not that old.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
just teasing.
Like by the time they're like 40, they'll be done. Or like 39, 40.
Yeah, you know what? Like their kids will be in their 20s.
Yeah, the kids will be in their 20s. Like that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a huge advantage.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I know. It's like PETA has like a 15-year-old kid, and but she also has got an 18-month-old, so like she'll never be done. But and then I think as soon as the 18-month-old is like old enough to do her own thing, I bet you she'll get pregnant again.
Yeah, because Dave wants another one.
Yeah, he does. PETA's gonna be having children for like 30 years.
That doctor knew who she was.
Yeah.
Like, she'll be back.
my best friend, her doctor came to meet us, and I said, "Oh, you delivered my best friend's kids." He's like, "Oh yeah, you know, every time I see her, I tell her I'll see her in a few years. So I mean, I'll probably see her in a couple more." I told her, and she's like, no. She's like determined for no more kids.
Yeah,
she's so funny.
PETA actually came a few times, man. That
Yeah.
was cool to help. Yeah.
It was, I think I
Stacey
needed
came
her.
too.
Yeah, like I don't think I could have been as calm without her. Like my dad came, but like that's not the same. I don't know how to describe what PETA does for me. She just like, I don't know. She brings a calming effect.
It's like the Hulk and Betty. Like when Hulk hulks out, Betty like calms him down.
So
or like
she's my Betty.
Well, more like Scarlett Johansson in the Marvel movies.
Yeah, so in the Marvel movies, then she's my Black Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's continue. We're running out of time.
Yeah, don't worry. So the catheter, all those things. Then Dr. King came in at 7:28 in the morning on Sunday, April 29th. And she said to me, our nurse that had switched in, she started at 7. Her name was Cheyenne. I was just getting to know her. And Cheyenne like got me more alert, and then Dr. King was like, "Okay, Dad, what's his name?" I said, "Justin." She's like, Justin sits up because he was like dead asleep.
4 hours of sleep.
He's not good at waking up.
No,
ladies
especially
and gentlemen.
in those circumstances.
Yes, he is not good at waking up. So,
okay,
anyway,
they heard you.
So Justin is like not alert at all, and the doctor starts saying like, you know, it's been 38 hours. You're half a centimeter dilated. Your platelets are dropping. If you deliver vaginally, there's a chance that you'll hemorrhage and bleed out. And so right away I was like, oh my God, like this, like, wow, there's no option because I could die. And then, I'm getting emotional. And then she said it had to be a C-section. Go, you talk.
It's okay.
I'm so emotional. It's so embarrassing. I wasn't mentally prepared for it.
Yeah.
And then Justin, like, he was dead set against it.
It's dangerous, right?
Yeah. But then they said that if...
I wanted to go home.
Yeah.
Like, can't we just wait?
They
Take the blood pressure pills and wait?
Yeah. But then she said that if I had a problem with the platelets, like if my blood wouldn't clot, then they could do like a transplant in a C-section.
Yeah, platelet transplant.
Yeah.
Or fusion or something.
Just to make the blood clot, right? And then it was like, they said, Justin, like, no, they said, this is what's going to happen. And she's like, I'll give you a couple minutes to discuss. And then she left the room, and she came back in, like, it felt like 30 seconds later with a form for me to sign. And then
so we didn't get to talk about it.
No, we didn't talk. We didn't say a word about it.
We could have waited another 12 hours to see what would happen.
But then it would also put me in greater risk.
Right.
So anyway, then she was like, she came in, I signed, and then she said, okay, Dad, shirt off, let's go. You're going to be doing skin to skin because Mom won't be able to do it. And Justin's like, I haven't even put on my pants yet. Like, he's just sitting there in his boxers. Yeah. And she's like, hurry up, let's go.
What the hell, skin to skin? Like, I don't know what that is. And they gave me a gown, and like before you know it, like they were packing everything up, taking the eye. Oh no, not
they left. They just put it on a travel thing. Yeah,
they're wheeling everything out.
And I was so scared. I'm like, what?
I was grabbing the camera gear, changing. And we're walking down the halls.
Well, I texted right before we left. I texted my dad. I said, listen, don't come. Everything is okay. We're going into a C-section. I'll tell you when we're out. Don't come yet. Everything is okay. And then, of course, when we got out, he was there waiting.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but they rolled me into the room, and I
was waiting in a waiting
They put Justin in a different area, and they started to push the meds through my IV and through the like the catheter in my spine. I think you call it a catheter. I'm not sure. Whatever. They put through the epidural in my spine, and she was like, she kept poking me on my tummy, and she's like, is it sharp or do you just feel it? And I was like, it's sharp. And I like started to like panic, right? Because I was like, it hurt when she poked. And then the anesthesiologist was like, Jane, it's okay, look at me. And he was like trying to make eye contact with me. And then I was like, I'm gonna throw up. And he's like, right now? And I was like, yeah.
Because you had the oxygen mask.
Yeah, and he took off the oxygen mask, and then I threw up, and it got in my hair. And like
you looked to your left.
Yeah, I looked to my left, and I threw up. And he put a little bucket there, like not a bucket, but I don't know, like a little tray or whatever. But I threw up so much.
So yeah, you're on your back. Was the curtain up?
Yes.
So yeah, she's on her back, and then the doctor's on the other end, kind of like getting ready to cut her open, and then there's a curtain up around her like neck area.
Yeah.
And then the other, there's a couple doctors on the other side.
Yeah, the anesthesiologist, and like it was a nurse. It was Cheyenne.
Oh, Cheyenne
was by my head too.
And then the anesthesiologist was on the other side as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to paint a picture for the people listening.
So the anesthesiologist kept making eye contact with me, and he's like, this is what they're doing. Like, she's just checking to see. And I was like, she's like, is it sharp or do you just feel it? And I was like, and she poked me and it was sharp. And I said, no, it's sharp. And then the anesthesiologist was like, can we wait another minute? And she's like, oh, okay, one more minute. Like, as if it was a huge deal to wait.
Yeah, she was like rushing.
Yeah, so I was like, obviously like crying so hard. And BMO's trying to comfort me right now because I'm upset. But then they started cutting me, and I'm like, where's Justin? And then they're like, oh, get dad. So then someone ran out. It sounded like, I don't know. And then they busted in on you in the other room and brought you in, right?
Yeah, so I have both cameras in hand. I'm like, I walk into this like operating room. The lights are on. There's like 7 doctors.
Yeah,
there's like blood on the ground. Yeah. Like Jane's, I kind of saw like a little bit of like like Jane was cut open already.
Yeah.
And like I looked, but I didn't want to look because I don't like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want.
Well, you also didn't want to see my insides.
Yeah, right? And before that the nurse was talking about how many men faint. And I was like, I don't want to be one of those guys. So I went around to where Jane was, and then
stayed by my head.
I was holding her hand and trying to like comfort her.
And I was just crying. And then it was like I felt so much pressure. Like my mom had given me a false tip. And I was so mad about it.
Because she had something else.
She had a C-section like years ago, like for my brother, and then for my sister and I. And then
anesthetic was something.
It was a spinal tap, so she didn't feel anything from the neck down, but I could feel everything. I could feel like it was like after. So they cut me open. Like I felt like 3 cuts, or so they do. It's like your stomach, your fat, then they tear your muscle.
No, it's skin, muscle.
Sorry, skin,
and then uterus.
Well, and fat. They slice open.
They said the fat's kind of like it just melts away, but yeah, it's
okay.
Skin,
and then
muscle, uterus,
and they can't cut the muscle; they have to rip it open. So in order for it to reattach or something like that. But I could feel it, and
from my end, you were just kind of getting jerked. Like it looked like you were like getting jerked around. Like you kept like. Like I could see them like doing like it was like cutting meat or something. You were just like moving around.
Very traumatic.
Sorry. It's just I'm trying to.
It's okay. Yeah. I have like PTSD. It's okay.
Yeah. Then they pulled.
Well, I felt them press so hard down. Right. And I asked about what would happen after. Like, I don't know, the anesthesiologist was telling me, and I'm sweating, so I'm pulling hair off BMO. Sorry, but I asked the anesthesiologist, like, he was kind of like going through stuff with me, and then he's like, they're pressing down, and the baby's head should come out. Like, they were trying to make the head pop out. So then they pushed down hard, and then her head came out, and then they pulled her out, and then they had to pull out like the placenta and all the other stuff, whatever. But then they pulled down the curtain a bit so I could see her, and it was like super exciting, but I was still so scared.
Yeah.
So I couldn't enjoy the moment, you know?
Yeah, that's how I felt too. Like, it's hard to enjoy this moment when I'm like scared because my wife is like
cut
so
open,
much pain and like trauma and cut open, and it was just a really traumatic experience. And then they raised the baby. They're like, Dad, take a picture. And I'm like, what? And like, take a picture. Get your camera. Because I had all these cameras. So I pressed record, and I was recording it. And they're like, all right, like everyone's yelling.
Yeah.
Like, it was such a weird experience. Like there was no warning. It was kind of like, I don't know.
I wish they kind of went through what was going to happen like before.
Yeah. And then they're like, all right, come here. You got to cut the cord. And it's just like, what? Okay. And I'm then cutting the cord, and Charlotte's screaming. And
yeah.
I'm worried about Jane. It's just, yeah.
Did she scream right away? I can't even remember.
I don't know. I don't remember either.
Yeah.
I just remember her with stuff all over her, and like.
Yeah, she looked gross when they pulled her out. and they're like,
Dad,
look. I'm like,
they're like, Dad, take your shirt off, skin to skin. And I'm like, what? Like, sit down, take your shirt off, skin to skin. And I'm self-conscious about me taking my shirt off, even though like I'm not.
You're fit.
Yeah.
But you're just weird.
I don't know why, but what's that body thing that people have?
Body dysmorphia.
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're like, take your shirt off, skin to skin. And then I had Charlotte on my chest, and I didn't know how to hold a baby. And I was holding her. She's like so frail and small. I was like, okay, is this necessary? Like, I don't know what's going on here.
Well, it's important so that you can match the heart rate and stuff. Yeah.
You got to see her for a bit.
Yeah. I couldn't stop crying when they gave her to me after. Because I was like, this is just so cool. Like, even though everything hurts. Yeah, it was so cool to like meet her, you know? This person who just kept kicking me for so long. Yeah. And like would push her feet under my ribs and her head into my groin. Like, it was just so nice to like see her. And it was after that I was okay.
They kind of whisked her away.
Yeah.
And we were left in there, and then they were like pressing on your stomach.
Tell them what happened.
You tell. So like they were like pushing down on her stomach like a whoopee cushion. And then all this gas was coming out.
It was so loud. It was so loud. Yeah, and then I was like, was that me?
And they were laughing. The two nurses were like laughing.
Yeah. They thought it was so funny.
Through the whole thing, you just stayed so positive. It was amazing.
And then after they pushed it out, I'm like, was that me? And they're like, the one nurse was laughing, and she's like, yeah. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
You're like, it's okay.
And then the anesthesiologist was laughing too. He just like couldn't believe that I was apologizing for them pushing out the surgical gas, you know. It was crazy. And then they wheeled me back into my room, and it was there was like this surgical tape across my belly and everything, and I got to meet her, and that was so cool. Yeah, when they actually gave her to me, I felt like I didn't know how I would feel. Like, you know, when they give you a baby, like I thought you have to like kind of, you know, get to know the baby and then you'll be in love with it or whatever. But it was like instant.
Yeah.
as soon as I felt her, as soon as I touched her, like I just was in love with her, you know?
Yeah, me too. She's so cool and so small. She has a feisty personality.
Oh my God, does she ever? And she has Mommy's scowl.
Yeah,
you know that stupid face I always make. Awesome. It's like angry all the time, and it's like Charlotte does it perfect. I feel like she's making fun of me when she does it, you know?
Yeah, she has these awesome dimples.
They're so deep.
She has my nose so far.
Yeah.
We don't know how it's going to turn out later.
But she kind of has my lip shape.
Yeah, she has Jane's lips.
That fat bottom lip, man. Yeah, I hope she keeps it. Cause
dark blue eyes for now. You know, that changes, obviously.
Yeah. And, she's a full head of hair.
Yeah. She's really light, but that changes as well.
Yeah.
So our nurse, what's her name?
Which one? So there was Lindsay, there was
Cheyenne.
Yeah, okay, so Cheyenne is like a beautiful light-skinned girl, and then she went into the washroom to like empty my urine bag or whatever, and then Justin's like, ask her what her background is. I'm like, isn't that like microaggression or something? Or like racism? Yeah. And he's like, just ask her. And I was like, when she came back, I go, Cheyenne, so we were wondering, what are your parents' backgrounds? And then she goes, my mom is...
She laughed first.
Yeah, she laughed. And she goes, my mom is Irish and English, and my dad is Jamaican. And Justin's like Charlotte. I'm just Irish, and he's Jamaican. But I mean, I was like, how old are you? And she goes, 29. And I'm like, look, it's our baby in 29 years. Yeah. She was laughing. I loved her. She was great. She was cool. Like, all the nurses were amazing.
Yeah, they were.
And Karina and Lindsay washed my hair because I looked like Charlize Theron from Monster. And that was another thing. PETA took the picture of me and then did like a side-by-side of those two. I was crying, laughing. It was so funny.
So then after that, we had to stay in another section of the hospital.
Yeah, it was called Mother and Baby.
Right, so they had to make sure Jane was okay and make sure Charlotte was okay.
Yeah.
So after that...
Because Charlotte is considered a preemie because she was born at 36 weeks and 3 days.
Right.
And 37 weeks is full term.
Right, so she was like 5 days...
4 days premature.
4 days premature.
Yeah. Yeah. But because of that, her blood sugar was low. So they call her a sugar baby, and they had to poke her heel and make it bleed every
72 hours. When you're premature baby, you have to stay another 72 hours.
Yeah.
After birth.
It was pretty rough. Is my face a mess?
You got makeup tears.
Can't help it.
Okay.
We were really reliving a pretty tragic.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, not tragic because like everything worked out okay, but like
traumatic.
Yeah.
And amazing, like both.
Yeah, I mean, nothing was traumatic about the nurses. The nurses were incredible. They were so great, but the experience and the anesthesiologist, and Dr. Kang, 7:28, she came into the room to talk to us about the C-section, and Charlotte was out at 8:17 a.m. Mm-hmm. So less than an hour.
Less than an hour, man.
From
she cut you
in
up
the
and
room.
Stitched you up.
Yeah.
Did a great job. She was good.
And her incision, her stitching is perfect. They flipped my skin inside and did it on the inside, so you can't even see anything.
How do they even do that?
I don't know, man, but it looks pretty crazy.
So they moved us to this other room that was like a quarter of the size of the room we were in before. Actually, they moved us.
First,
we have to skip some stuff.
Yeah.
First, we're with a 2-bed, and there's this family. There was 20 people yelling.
Yeah, and they just kept. And then finally, the nurse, Mirabelle, I was like, listen, I gotta get out of here. I need a private room. And then she's like, okay. And she saw how many people kept coming in for the other woman.
She kept yelling at them.
She's like, you have to be quiet because they're shouting.
Yeah, shouting.
Yeah. And then finally, she moved me when Justin was out getting us some food because I was finally allowed to eat. And
so I went to get
I wanted Burger King and
I got
pizza.
a Whopper, a poutine, and I got a medium
pepperoni pizza. Yeah. So I wanted my favorite.
You kept talking about burgers and pizza.
That's my favorites, man.
All right, I'm gonna go get it for you.
Yeah. So then I moved to the private room.
Yeah, it was a private room, which was nice, but it was really small.
So tiny. Our studio room is way bigger than the room.
Yeah, this studio we're in right now is
Yeah.
It's bigger than where we're
Charlotte's bedroom, which is the smallest room in our house, is bigger than the room that we were in.
So we're in there for 72 hours, right?
Yeah.
So the 72 hours comes, it was torture. It was the worst.
Well, 48 hours came, right? Because 12, 24, 48. 48 hours came, like 2 days in. And then they were like, well, everything looks pretty good, so you might get to go today. And then Justin packed everything, put it on the bed. He was ready to go. And then they came in and took
packed everything.
Yeah. They came in and took my blood pressure. My blood pressure was up. They checked Charlotte. Her blood sugar was down. So then they said, you can't go today. And I started crying.
This is 5 days in.
Yeah. And Charlotte was crying.
Worst. I packed everything on the bed. I was ready to go. We're going to get the car. They come in and say you have to stay another 24 hours.
Yeah. And it was longer than 24 hours.
But yeah, it was like 28 or 9.
Yeah. So then Justin had to put everything back.
I was losing it.
Yeah. And
I didn't even get cut surgery.
And I was in so much pain at that point because like all the drugs had kind of worn off, and because I'm breastfeeding, they could only give me like Advil and Tylenol, regular strength. So it was hard. Like I mean, even now sometimes I tried to get out of the car when we brought her home, remember, and I had done my makeup kind of cute. And
you pulled stitches a little bit.
I threw my leg to get out, and it tugged, and it felt like my insides were ripping open, and I just started sobbing. It's been like, and then sometimes I'm just getting out of bed, right, or sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's the sides that hurt the most. So, and then, oh God, so BMO was trying to heal me because she knew I was in pain.
She does this anytime I'm hurt or Jane's hurt. She'll try and heal that area
by
vibrating on it or massaging it.
Yeah, so I was laying down. I just got Charlotte down, and I was kind of like half closing my eyes. And then I felt BMO get on the bed, and I'm like, okay, she's going to snuggle me. Like, that's totally fine. But then she stepped on to where the incisions were, and she started to massage. And I was like, oh, like this big scream, and I like flung her in the air, and her arms and legs spread out, and she landed. Well, yeah. She jumped because she got so scared because I screamed, and then she was so scared, so she just stayed by my feet at the end of the bed, and she still wanted to heal me, but she knows to stay away from my tummy for now. But
that was a story of like bringing her home. We'll get into more details and stuff about
the first couple days,
feeding, and first couple of nights. Oh my gosh, we're so tired right now. Right now, like Jane has had less sleep than I had, but still I've had not that much.
You've
sleep
had like
either.
no sleep, and
so we're super tired. New parents, and we'll get into that stuff next episode. For sure.
It's pretty crazy, but in the end, now my blood pressure is okay. My platelets are back to normal, and
Charlotte is up in weight.
Yeah,
she's perfect.
She came out. She was 6 pounds 2 ounces when she came out. And babies usually drop weight. She dropped to 5'9", and now she's 5'11" and a half.
Mm-hmm. If you follow us on Instagram, you'll see we just came from the hospital. So follow us on Instagram if you haven't. And
Charlotte's great. She's incredible.
Yeah, she's great. She's like latching. We'll get into all that stuff.
Talk about that stuff next time.
BMO's doing good. You can see her right here if you're watching the video version. If you are watching the video version, we encourage you to listen to us on SoundCloud. Links are down below for SoundCloud. You can listen to us at work, on the way to work. Listen to us while you're cooking. It's really cool to have just the audio version because YouTube, you have to have it open the whole time. Yeah. But you can do both, whatever.
And but if you're just listening to the audio version, sorry for the pauses. That was when I was having a minor meltdown.
Yeah, that's okay. That is cool sometimes.
Yeah.
And also, if you have an iPhone, look for us and go to iTunes, look for us in the podcast section. Search CJNGO TV or the CJNGO TV podcast. We should pop right up. If you have Android, search us on any podcast app. It's super easy and it's free, and you can listen to us wherever you are.
Yeah, and I want to give they'll probably we told them about our channel, but they'll probably never hear this. But I just want to special thank you to the nurses in labor and delivery. They were at North York General Hospital. It was
in Toronto.
Lindsay, Karina, Angie, Cheyenne, Jacqueline, Paula. Those girls, you made it all bearable, and I don't know how, because JV was taking it so hard. I don't think I would have got through if I wasn't 1-to-1 with you guys, because I needed somebody like all of you. So I really appreciate you guys. And shout outs to Dr. Kang for getting her out.
Dr. Kang was awesome. All the doctors.
And that anesthesiologist, I don't know how to say his name.
He had a cool DC
his scrub cap.
Scrub cap. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Shout outs to all our friends that came. Ryan,
Peta, Stacy, and then all your family and my papa and my brother.
Really cool experience. Charlotte's here. You'll see her pop up from time to time on the show because she's a newborn. We have to keep a close eye on her.
Yeah.
When she cries right now, she's sleeping for like an hour. It's amazing. We should go check her.
Yeah, an hour and 9 minutes. She's been zonked.
Yeah.
But Bima's here, so I'm not worried.
Yeah. All right, guys. So thanks for joining us on episode 6 of the podcast. Crazy. Make sure you subscribe. If you're listening to this on SoundCloud, click that heart button. Share us on Facebook. It really helps out. Leave a comment.
And let us know if you're a mom or if you have a wife or a girlfriend or something who didn't have the birth story that she thought she would.
Yeah, let us know your experiences with birth and babies. And just leave comments so we can reread every comment.
Yeah, we do.
Sure. So let us know.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Catch you next time. We're out of here. Peace.
If you like that video and you want to see more, go ahead and click that square button.
And if you want to subscribe, click that circle button.
Thanks for being part of Team Go.